threesomes, right? You called in my line. I mean, what's up? I mean, what we talking about? Bring some ass to get some. Get the fuck off this phone. Bitch, tell me where you want me to meet you at, because I'll come get your ass. Get the fuck off this phone, or she up there wolfing like that. Get the fuck off. We're watching you. We're watching you. We want to. Bitch, you don't know. You hide behind a fucking face. Bitch, if you all that, then show your fucking face. If you not gonna show your face, a bitch coming at me, bitch, I'll block you. I don't care about you. Don't she sound thirsty? You thirsty whore. What do you want, you thirsty whore? You bitch, you calling my phone. Why don't you go get your wedding ring that he pawned for you? Bitch. In Atlanta. Oh, they find me in Lake Lanier in Atlanta. Is that what she said? In Atlanta. Then they tell her themselves where Steve and Matt? They're in Atlanta. She said they're gonna find you a Lake Lanier in Atlanta. Is that right? Bitch, when you come to me, a female, you better show your fat. She said in Atlanta. So now you done told me that y'all in Georgia. And so what y'all gonna do? Y'all come get me from where I am and kick me in what? Throw me in Lake Lanier? By that time, I'll be destroyed your whole legacy. Did y'all hear that? See, that was big.
Okay, that was Shirley Strawberry supposedly calling Essie Berry. Was that really Shirley Strawberry? I don't know. It do sound like her, but I don't know. They keep saying Steve calling her through this Spook TV account. So yeah. If you guys been following this, man, this is getting real messy, baby. This is crazy, you know. At the end of the day, man, you looking at the Remy Ma, Papoose, Tiana Teller, Iman Shepherd, you know, with Shirley going through Ernesto or Ernest. That's his real name, Ernest. Ernesto is an alias. And then Steve and Marjorie, you know what I'm saying? It's like you take chances on people. You don't really know who you getting together with. And it's like, as you mature, your discipline need to get stronger on how you deal with people and how you deal with things. How, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like the Jeezy and Jenny Marr thing. They both got money. They both millionaires. And Jeezy was worth 10 million from last time I checked. And then I heard he was worth 20. Jenny Marr worth 5 million. They not broke, but I just feel like they going through cultural differences, and Jenny Ma is somebody that like to have her family around, and she take care of her family. They all live in one house, and she trying to run her ship like that. And Jeezy ain't having it. He like, I got a gang of family members. They don't live with us. So I don't care if it's just your mother and father and your brother. They not living with us. You better buy them a house down the street, and then they can visit all they want, but they gotta go home. So I really believe that that's a thing, because I remember growing up back in the day, and even to this day, it's like I think the government is so, you know, uh, they dropped the bomb on Iwo Jima, if I'm saying it right, in the 1940s, World War II. They dropped the bomb on them folks. They wiped out a whole generation or a few generations. And America is being apologetic. That's why I think, people, especially of an Asian descent, can come here and get a loan to set up, a little carry out restaurant. Cause one, the loan is like, from what it was told to me. This ain't me talking. This is from what I heard. Right? Nobody wanna set up a business in high risk places, which is like a black community that's drug infested. And who will do that? Someone from Asian descent. Now that was back in the day. Now when I ride through my neighborhood, I see Ethiopians that's taking over from what the Asian folks, the Asian culture, used to run. Now it's Ethiopians. You know what I'm saying? But my problem with that is they won't even give an American black man or American period that same kind of loan for us to set up shop in our own backyard. But then that might not be a good thing either because your own people will rob you and take you down and come for you. You can't really have nothing. So if a black person set up shop in their own hood, they can't even really let it be known that that's their establishment because we our own worst enemy at times, and it's sad. But let me stay on script, So I think America is so apologetic about dropping that bomb on them folks. They let these folks come here, they give them money, and they all bring their family. They all live in that two-bedroom over top of the store. They all sleep on the floor. And while we're making them rich by patronizing their business, I grew up watching the neighborhood carry out family grow into a multi-millionaire business. And what they did, mom and pop ran that carry out, and they were good people. I don't even want to front about it. They were good people. You ain't had no money. You pay next time. You pay next time. We see you later. You know what I'm saying? They were good people. They will feed you, but that was to patronize the area, which was smart for them not to get robbed or hurt. But they had about 10 kids, and every one of them kids went to college and graduated and got big time jobs off of that carry out. They moved from the two-bedroom upstairs and they bought a townhouse right across from the hood. And them kids would come home from school, and then when they got jobs, they went and bought nice homes and start living the American dream. And they were young, in their 20s. So these kids pulling up with Porsches, BMWs, Mercedes, the Ninja bikes. That was like the big thing back in the day. And if you didn't know better, you would think they were selling drugs because that's what it looked like. They got ritzy, but that was over the years of selling us their fried chicken and fries. Over the years, we put our money, put them 10 kids through school, and bought them a nice home that was right across the street from the hood. And they treated people good. The mother and father did. The kids was like real bougie, and cause they saw another life. You know what I'm saying? They saw another life. A middle class life, and I think eventually, that storm made that family rich, and I'm sure them kids took money and invested it, and they probably got property and all that. So I'm just like, why can't we do that? Why is it, and what is it about the black man or a dark skinned person that people are inferior and want to keep their foot on our neck? Now it's like you gotta be exceptional, you gotta be a thinker to get through the cracks. But the majority, you're not gonna fit through the cracks. And the majority of people is not on the same time of, hey, we gotta change our situation the right way. You know what I'm saying? I listened to Rick Ross Hood Billionaire tape or CD, and one of his OGs calling from jail, and he said, "Man, we are and was a product of our environment. We survived the only way we know how, and for that, it was drugs. And we became strong and powerful. And when you become strong and powerful, folks want to test you. So now the murder gang got to get put down." And he was like, it wasn't never about violence in the beginning, but you got to protect what you build. It is what it is by all means. And it was about getting in position so we could pass the baton to the next generation. And he was basically talking about, we got enough money together to put our talented kids through school that became lawyers and CPAs and doctors, those that went on to do that. And then we put our money into the arts, like our musical inclined kids. And Rick Ross was one of them kids, amongst other individuals that went in different areas. Basically, the money was there for his studio time. We hired the lawyers. We hired the right people that when he went to Def Jam and sat down with them, he told them off the top, I want $1 million for my deal and nothing less. I know my percentages of what my marketing supposed to be, my royalties and my publishing. We're not doing nothing crazy. You're not ripping me off because I'm going to go somewhere that's going to respect my knowledge of this business. And we all going to eat together. So Rick Ross, OG, said, we groomed him. We provided the money for him to get schooled by the right people, for him to go in Def Jam to get $1 million deal. Now, let me say this. This wasn't overnight. Rick Ross say he was 36 when he got that $1 million deal. And he was grinding for 15 years doing mixtapes in Florida, in Miami. He was on Trina mixtapes, Trick Daddy mixtapes. So those that came before him schooled him. And he was running with a strong crew that said, look, keep your nose clean. We got this. We're in position to put you on another level. And you're gonna go from there. Rick Ross almost worth $100 million or better at this point with 11 albums from then to now. So the street positioning put him in position, and now he's in position. So when them guys, them OGs or his come home, they all got jobs and gonna get a nice piece of money put in their account. He gonna give them a restaurant to run, which will be their own business. So I just say that to say that it ain't always got to be about the streets. I feel like we too goddamn prideful at times. I ain't working at nobody McDonald's. I ain't sweeping no floors. I ain't flipping burgers. I ain't washing dishes or none of that. You ain't doing that for long if that's the route you got to go. Every move is a stepping stone going forward. Now, you're right. If you feel you don't have nothing else to offer, yeah, that's all you're going to do. Because you're not going to elevate because you feel like you can't. But I'm going to tell you what my grandmother told me. If you can read, you can write. If you can comprehend, figure it out. And that's what I've done. I can read, I can write, I can comprehend. So every job I ever had, I was always networking and politicking on what's next. I'm not satisfied. I get up for a good paycheck every day. Now I understand when you go to college, they sell you the dream, the American dream. You need to be competitive and this, and that. Okay, I get that. But the fact that I had to drop out of school and go get a job when my grandmother died, Roxy Woodland, God bless her soul, died at 80 years old, mother of 12, you know, damn near, she was great grandmother, great grandmother, you know what I'm saying? You know, awesome woman, she fed life into me and she was like, figure it out, find your place in this world. I know it's tempting. I see your friends out there, what they doing, and I know it's enticing, but you do it the right way. Because you need to think of longevity, not just right now. And those that are thinkers, they always thinking longevity. So if you're not a thinker, if you don't feel like you're smart enough, then that's all you're going to do is what's in front of you. I encourage people to think long term, longevity. In the 80s, you wasn't expected to live over 25 years old. I'm 53 now. We lost a lot of friends to the streets, to jail, and I define the odds. That's where the streets finest brand come from. I'm streets finest. Me and everybody that survived the streets is streets finest. And each day we're surviving the streets on the strength that look at it's over 200 murders in 2023. We just took the scale of 200 murders, you know. So it's still going on. I've been entertaining the thought that is it worse now than it was back then? And I want to say no, but I have to say yes now because these jokers, these youngers out here, is no code, is no honor. These dudes shooting kids and women, and that was never a thing. Elderly, you never hurt the elderly. You know what I'm saying? And and it's like, where did disconnect come from? Because they locked the OGs up, or they died off, or they got killed. So now, when the youngins get in position, they ain't hearing nothing because they ain't been taught nothing. And whoever trying to tell them something, they don't want to hear it. Like, man, look, that's old school. We don't want to hear that now. So the old school advice has lost leverage. And that's why everything is so out of control now. There's no honor, there's no respect, there's no code nowadays. It was a time you didn't talk to a girl in front of her moms. Now, it's just real disrespectful now. Or her parents. You have respect. It's just real disrespectful now, you know. And I'm one of the last of the dying breed of the old school uh, teachings about code and honor and respect, you know. And those that want to hear it, I talk about it, I teach it, far as the youngins. But a lot of these youngins don't want to hear nothing. They look at you as an old dude or old person. Get out my face. I don't want to hear all that. And we was never like that. Even if we wanted to say that, we never did because it was disrespectful. You get checked real quick, you know. Can't put your hands on these youngins now like they did back in the day to check us. Because one of them youngins will pull a gun on you and shoot you. They have no regard for their own life or nobody else's. I heard a youngin say, I'm living to die. I ain't expecting to see tomorrow. And it's sad that these kids out here feeling like that. There's no longevity plan. There's no 20-year plan or down the line plan. My grandmother instilled in me, whatever you see your friends with now, you'll have it later on in life when you can afford it. And you'll be able to watch your kids grow up. You'll be able to become a grandparent. You will allow your kids to see your success and pass it on to them. So when you have conversations like that, it hit different. And it hit different when it's coming from your grandmother or your mother, you know, because that's your heart and soul. If your mother was around or if your grandmother was around, you know, I'll give Pop some credit. He was the fear. I was scared of my pops. He was a street dude. Not the best parent, but you know, he kept everybody in check. And he encouraged you to do the right things. Cause if not, he was gonna be your ass. You know? And all these elements are important. That's why parents, we are so important in our kids' life in any capacity, you know. And it is what it is, man. You know. So I'm just like, so really be careful who you give your last name to, who you make your family, who you have babies by, because everybody not meant to be your family or be in your space. The world is wicked. It just seems like if you got money, everybody coming at you because you're a target. And even on a low scale, men and women that work hard and thrive and prosper on like a work level, you know, you out here, you making and earning a good piece of money, you know, say like 100,000, 120. You food for somebody, meaning somebody want to get in your space and figure out how they can take money from you. It could be through a child, or it could be somebody marrying you and wake up one day, I ain't in love no more, and you need to pay me for the rest of my life. That's for men and women that can go through that or have and is going through that. So I'm gonna end it with this. Stay smart, stay disciplined and focused. Control the narrative. Don't let people latch on to you and control the narrative with you. Always be in control as much as possible. You meet somebody, they nice, they beautiful, they can cook, you know, the loving good and all that. But You gotta analyze that person and be like, are you a good fit for me? Where can we go? Where can we prosper together? You know, I just watched a situation that nosedived as far as two friends. Well, my friend and a young lady he met. My dude get money, work two jobs, probably $100,000 dude, a year. And he met a nice young lady. She was a mother of a daughter, and she get child support, and she don't have a job, but she have a nice place, you know. And I'm like, I just see my boy spending all this money on her, and that's so old school because nowadays I'm like, look, everything I do for you need to be reciprocated. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna just be one sided. I done really matured in the, in the what I want to say, in the companionship department. I get it. If you feel like you got it, you don't mind sharing it. But here's my problem: the person that don't got it need to really be appreciative, and at some point, that person don't become appreciative. I ain't saying you gotta kiss somebody, but I'm just saying play your position and be appreciative. Somebody buy you a car, taking you on cruises, things that you can't do for yourself. And that go for a man too. So I'm talking to the ladies. You meet a dude, he might be, handsome, he might be all ripped up, but he ain't got a job. And whatever he doing, it ain't making a lot of money. But you $100,000 woman, got a good government job for the most part. I'm just throwing out examples. After the honeymoon over, you guys are not compatible. That's what I'm just trying to say. Yeah, if you got a little bit money and you want to share it with somebody, it go left when somebody is not appreciative. When that person that you showering with gifts and you painting the town red with them. And here's my thing: you break your leg, you break your arm, you can't go to work. Now, what is that person going to do for you? How is they going to hold the fort down? They can't. And you knew that. Now you going through your savings and whatnot. So this what happened to my man. He broke his leg, couldn't work. They going through the savings, and now he broke. He 2 years in the cast from the bike accident he had. He broke his pelvis, his leg. He down for 2 years to the point he got going disability temporarily. And that same person that he was showering with gifts and just providing for can't hold him down. And guess what? They jump ship. This is too much for me. I didn't sign up for this. So where's the appreciation at? So I told my boy, you kind of did this to yourself, bro. You knew this person couldn't help you. So it's just saying like people got to go through that to really feel it and learn from it and not repeat that. And that's what I've done. I went through that where I had a person that I love, I did everything for, and therefore, you know, at some point they got unappreciative because I held them to an expectation. But when we was friends, we did this, and then when we became an item, we got to do this. When we became exclusive, we got to roll like this. As friends and becoming exclusive, that transition is a change. It's not the same. It can't be the same. Because what I put up with this on this side, I'm not doing that on this side. Oh, you change. You damn right I change. And you need to change. It's what it is. I pay the cost to be the boss. So you need to be appreciative. And I ain't saying kiss my ass, but respect what I'm saying to you. And here's the thing. Whatever you saying, you have to abide by it as well. So after that nosedive and went south, I'm like, okay, boom, good, okay. This is what I have adopted. Whatever I could do for you, I need it in return. If I'm out here getting money, I need my other half to be out here getting money. Because I deserve to be treated the same way I'm able to treat you. And no, nothing less. The days of you beautiful, your loving is good, you can cook, you clean, you wash. Okay, that's for real old narrative. If I'm winning out here, going to get it, I need you to be doing the same thing. Because we got to prosper. We got to grow. And if I go down, sit, and break my leg, you have to be able to carry the ship until I get better. Just like I'm able to if you go down. So it got to make sense. It's a saying out there. Romance without finance is a goddamn nuisance. Okay? I'm gonna be like Dr. Umar. I'm gonna say it 3 times. So that was one time. Romance without finance is a goddamn nuisance. Okay? I'm gonna say it one more time. Romance without finance is a goddamn nuisance. It is what it is. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what it is. Big Dave out.